Good morning YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you my top 10 autumn designer fragrances for 2022. So with this list, I really wanted to up the quality of fragrances. So there's going to be some high level designers in this list, right? But I also want it to be a little bit different as well. I will be doing a cheapie list, don't worry, but let's just kick it off with number one. And that's going to be Dior Sauvage Elixir. This is not my bottle, this is actually Rush's. I'm not spending money on this, but this stuff is really good. Like, I really enjoy it, but it's a little bit too expensive for my taste. This is a very mature, masculine fragrance that just has class, sophistication. It has warm notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, cinnamon. It's got some lavender, some sandalwood, and a little bit of licorice to it. What it is, it's just a warm, spicy, cozy, very woody fragrance that just exudes masculinity, class, sophistication, but it can be a little bit of a bad boy fragrance. This is for the grown and mature. This is not for someone in their early 20s. This is like 30 and up, and longevity off this is phenomenal. It's like 8, 9, 10 hours. Fragrance number two, this one's gonna be more typical. It's very popular, came out in 1998, classic then, like, well, it's a classic, but it was modern then, and it's a modern day classic to this very day. Hugo Boss Bottle, the original. So this is an eau de toilette concentration. Plum, Granny Smith apple, vanilla, sandalwood, cinnamon, and so on. I think it's got a little bit of orange blossom, but actually no, not orange blossom, but definitely citruses. That's what I meant to say. This is just typical. This is so good. It's so classical. But if you're one of those guys that doesn't want to risk smelling like other dudes, then don't bother wearing it. I personally, I stated it in another video, I'm really not that insecure. I really don't care if I smell like 5 other guys in the same room. I really, truly don't. This was a phenomenal fragrance back then, but even to this very day, dressing it up, dressing it down, again, super popular, but if you're one of those dudes, then I'm just saying, don't wear it. Longevity off this is about 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 3, this one came out this year, but it's so good. It's not original, however. I gotta state it, it's not original, but it's incredibly good and it's so damn sexy. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Grand Privé or something like that. This stuff is so damn good. Iris, chestnut, whiskey, amber, and definitely some woods. What this is, it's a powdery, ambery scent with a little bit of booziness to it, and it smells a lot like DHI, Dior Homme Intense. So, gotta admit, Givenchy kind of like swagger jacked DHI, but they add a little bit of whiskey to add like a little bit of a different take, but it's actually quite similar to it. If you don't like iris scents or powdery fragrances, this is one that you're not gonna like, but this just is class. It's sophisticated, but it's fun, it's flirty, and it's sexy. This is an all-around versatile fragrance for the modern day man, and longevity off this is gonna be 9 to 10 hours. Fragrance number 4, discontinued, but you can still get it here and there. You're just gonna have to really look for it, and you're gonna spend a little bit more money, but that's gonna be Gucci Pomme d'Or. This stuff, it's got like tobacco leaf pimento, it's got like black tea, cinnamon, myrrh, and violet leaf. Came out in like 2003 or 2006, somewhere like maybe 2007. Anyways, Tom Ford was the creative director behind this, and he brought Gucci to the next level. Because if you haven't seen the documentary, the Gucci documentary, I don't even know what it's called. The guy who starred like in the Darth Vader character, like, or whatever, in the new series of Star Wars. You gotta check that out. That's a phenomenal movie. They did an amazing job. They even brought Tom Ford, the character, into that movie. This fragrance is just class. It was revolutionary when it came out. It's a classic then and it's a classic now. It's phenomenal. This is more so for the older, mature gentlemen. So why am I wearing it? I got no damn clue, but I do know when to be on my A game. When I am not goofy or when I'm not sarcastic and I got my attitude in check, trust me, I am definitely like that classy, sophisticated dude, right? I'm not on the level of Rush. I will never be that cultured and that educated, but you know, I know how to rock a suit. I know how to be an old school gent. Trust me, I really do. But this is just, again, an all-around versatile, phenomenal fragrance for the older gentleman out there. And longevity off this range is anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 5. Now, if you are that masculine kind of guy, you like something that's a little bit more challenging, then number 5 is definitely up your alley, because that's going to be Versace Oud Noir, or Versace Oud Noir. This stuff is not one of my favorites, I gotta admit, but I kind of do like it. It does have that leatherwood, so it does add that leatherwood does add that leather component. It's got oud, and I'm not a big oud lover, but with this one, I actually do enjoy it. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like it. It also has like black pepper, saffron, it's got some cinnamon, and a resinous olibanum. Masculine, mysterious, classy, but gentlemanly, and bad boyish for sure. Longevity off this is good as well. 9 to 10 hours and projection. You have to watch your application on this one. This one could be a beast. 2-3 squirts and you're good to go. Fragrance number 6, and that's gonna be Calvin Klein Liquid Gold Euphoria. I am such an idiot. It's not pure gold. Liquid gold. Only me. Only me. Now, if you like spicy, woody fragrances, this is one that you're definitely gonna like. This is a Westerner's take of a Middle Eastern fragrance. But it's made for guys like us. It's made for guys like me, all right? I don't really like true, authentic Middle Eastern perfumery, because they could be a little bit too much for me to handle. I'm a bit of a bitch made man. I get it, I can't handle those super masculine scents, but this one is definitely made for the Westerners. This has black pepper, saffron, and sandalwood. Only 3 notes. Very simple note breakdown, but what it is, it's a warm, spicy, woody fragrance that with a bit of a fresh component. There is a bit of a resinous feel to it, and I do think that this is a gem. This line itself, like the Liquid Gold Euphoria, the Liquid Gold itself, I think there's like a liquid gold white or something like that. You're holding it, you bloody idiot. Oh my god, like what is wrong with you? God, was it like the 5 hours of sleep that you got this morning? Is it just because it's like too sunny out and you have to move inside and you don't like the heat? What is it? Whoa! Regardless, the Middle Eastern take, like the Westerners' Middle Eastern take of this line is really underrated. It's phenomenal. And longevity off this is like 6 to 8 hours, really good. And like for a tester, I think it's like maybe like $48 Canadian. You really can't go wrong for that, all right? And this is a very versatile fragrance, dressing it down to dressing it up, daytime, nighttime. It's classy, but it's mysterious at the same time. So definitely look into it if you can. Fragrance number 7, super sexy, but it's not original. Mercedes-Benz Select Nights. Now, if you like Tom Ford Noir Extreme, this is one that you're definitely gonna like. This is just way cheaper than Tom Ford, but it smells just as good, just as like high quality. If you're just like a regular dude and you're not a fragster, you would not be able to tell the difference at all. So with this one, there's lavender, vanilla, sandalwood, guaiac wood, cardamom, and orange blossom. Again, it's just Tom Ford Noir Extreme on a budget. It smells sexy, but classy. It's a great night out fragrance, but it does have a little bit of elegance, a little bit of class to it. This will go very well with a suit and tie as well. Even though it has like a sexiness to it, it's a classy type of sexy. It's not like a slutty type of sexy. Okay, listen. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I gotta explain myself because we're in this day and age now. When I mean slutty, I mean like man horse slutty, okay? Not the opposite. You know, if you're like a gigolo or like a playboy, this is no, okay? No, this has too much class for somebody like you. Shit, this has too much class for myself as well, but I still wear it regardless, you know? Look into it. Fragrance number 8, unfortunately, this brand, like, the person itself recently passed away. Rest in peace to Isumiyaki. Isumiyaki, L'Odyssey, Wood and Wood. If you like very woody fragrances, this is one that I highly recommend you look into. It's got wood upon wood upon wood, along with apricot. The apricot adds that sweet, fruity nuance that balances out the woods. The woods itself, it's like cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, woody notes, and there's that elmy resin to give it a little bit of a resinous undertone. This is actually like a masculine scent, but it's for like your masculine dudes with a bit of a playful side to it. That apricot really does add that playfulness to it. You know, you take away the apricot and it's just a more masculine scent. Like that fruity nuance kind of like femmes it up a little bit. I know that kind of sounds like kind of contradictory, and like if you're like a really burly masculine guy, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, I don't want to wear something like that. But get your nose on it if you can, because it's actually really good. You know, you could dress it down to dressing it up. It's like a casual, but at the same time, a bit of a semi-formal scent. And longevity is about 7 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 9 is actually one of my favorites in this list, and that's going to be Bulgari Man Cologne Black. Now this has like rum, it's got orange blossom, amber, benzoin, but also sandalwood. So that white floral touch really does add that gentility feel to it. You take away the white floral or that orange blossom, and it's a lot more masculine, all right? But this is like a classy masculine type of fragrance. This is like a suit and tie, a tuxedo, a formal type of fragrance. More so for an older gentleman, like an old soul. Like, so if you're a young person who has an old soul, you could rock this as well. This is not a playful kind of fragrance. This is not your club scent. This is like, if it's a night out, it's like a lounge, an important function, an important dinner, that sort of thing. The opera, something like that. It's not for the club. This is not a student scent in my opinion neither. And longevity off this is gonna be about 6 to 7 hours. And fragrance number 10, definitely had to make the cut. This was a toss-up between two fragrances from the same brand. Guerlain. Guerlain L'Homme Idéal or the Extrême. Gonna have to go with the original. Alright, so L'Homme Idéal itself. So this is a sweet scent with tonka bean. It's got almond to add that nutty nuance, citruses, leather, and woods. There's not a whole lot of leather to this scent itself. I don't get that off my skin. It's been a little while since I've worn it, so you know, maybe I'm just having a brain fart, but from what I remember, it's very nutty. So that almond accord, including the tonka bean, it's in all of these itself. But that almond, the tonka do add that sweetness to it. It's a playful yet classy kind of scent, and you're definitely gonna get the woods and the citruses in the opening. And for an EDT, this lasts a long time. This is like 8 to 10 hours. With an EDP, I can just imagine it being just incredibly beast mode. And you do have to watch your application on this one, as it can fill the room. I think that 2 sprays and you are good to go. So this is a great like night out, classy night out. And if you want maybe a bit of a club, I would say that this is more of a lounge type of fragrance itself, or like a really nice dinner, but it can be worn to the club. You know, you will definitely stand out if you wear this to the club, but it's also a great formal scent as well. And I do think that you can wear this to the office as well. Guys, that's it. I just gave you my top 10 autumn fall designer list for 2022. Any reviews that I've done on these, they will all be down in the description box below. If you would like this very list, leave me one of these. Because this is a top 10, I tend to do top 5s, but I got a lot of great fragrances that I want to introduce to you guys. So there will be a few cheapy lists in the works, all right? But because this is a top 10 or whatever, if you want to see previous years of top 5s or top 10s, check out this side here. I think of it time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.